Strengthen your mind, manifest your dreams, and live in abundance.
Greetings everyone, my name is V and welcome to my channel. I'm starting this channel in hope to inspire others, to inspire you to become the best version of yourself. I'm all about family, fitness, self-development and growth. I believe that no matter where you come from, you have the ability to create the life you've always dreamt of. I live by this motto: strengthen your mind, manifest your dreams, and live in abundance. So for my first video, I want to share my story with you. A story about where I've come from, the challenges I've faced, and how I've transformed my life into one of purpose and fulfillment. My hope is that my journey can inspire and help others to overcome their struggles and discover their own paths in life. So, let's dive in. I was born in Western Samoa, raised in South Auckland, New Zealand. My childhood wasn't easy. I grew up in poverty, surrounded by violence, in a very tough neighborhood. At the same time, I was raised in a strict Christian household, where family, culture, and religion played a big role in shaping who I was. My family was a loving and caring family, but we lacked education, direction, and ambition. There was a lot of abuse and strict discipline, as that was a part of our culture. Sports became my escape, my passion, especially rugby and fitness. They gave me moments of joy and purpose in a world that often felt chaotic. At the age of 19, I moved to Australia to reunite with my parents and siblings, who had already moved here a few years prior. At the same time, I had no direction in life, no purpose, and a weak mindset. I met someone from church, got married, started a family, and had 2 beautiful children. Unfortunately, the marriage was unhealthy and toxic, and a few years later, it just ended really badly. I found myself lost, broken, separated and divorced, and fleeing to Sydney in search for peace. By the age of 25, I was looking for a better life, but instead I walked into a darker phase. I started working in the nightlife scene, surrounded by bikies, drugs, alcohol, and women. It was a lifestyle that I thought was for me, but it only dragged me further into darkness. I met a girl at the time who made me realize this wasn't the life that I wanted, so I made plans to move back to Queensland to be closer to my kids. But I was still lost, I lacked purpose, and was still trapped in bad habits, and also a weak mindset. In my late 20s and 30s, I was drifting, partying, consuming toxic habits, and lived without direction. I played rugby socially, but eventually hung up the boots as I transitioned into bodybuilding because I was passionate about the gym and I loved training, but I still didn't know my purpose. I was working in the construction and fitness industry while trying to be a good father, but I was stuck, lost in my relationships, career, and life. By my late 30s, I was in a rut, desperately trying to figure things out. I tried starting a business with my partner at the time, but it failed. My relationships crumbled, and I hit rock bottom after moving to the Sunshine Coast. Another failed relationship, work struggles, pushed me into midlife crisis. By my early 40s, I was deeply depressed, wondering what was I doing wrong and why I couldn't find my way. Then life hit me hard. I had a traumatic accident at work that almost cost me my life. A wooden deck weighing 400 kgs collapsed on me, shattering my pelvis, leaving me in a wheelchair for months. That was my wake-up call. It was that moment that changed everything. In the hospital, I found my connection with God and experienced a spiritual awakening. I realized I was given a second chance, so I committed my life to positivity, faith, and self-improvement. The road to recovery was long and painful. I had to move back to my parents for support, where I had to relearn how to walk and rebuild my strength. But during that time, I also worked on strengthening my mind and spirit. I deepened my connection with God, and as I stayed true to myself, I started to see signs, visions, guiding me towards my purpose. I knew I needed to heal myself from my past and become the man I was meant to be. Eventually, I moved back to the Sunshine Coast and I met my fiancée. Together, we built a family and created a positive, loving environment for our two beautiful sons. Life still brought me challenges. My accident left me with chronic nerve damage, legal battles, and more. But I stayed focused on my mindset, my faith, and my goals. Each challenge strengthened me, resolved me, and clarified the vision of the man I wanted to become. So over the past 6-7 years, I've worked really hard to develop myself physically, mentally, and spiritually. I've learned the tools to live an abundant life. So I created a program to help others to do the same and reap the awards of life and fulfillment. My purpose today is to become a leader for my family and for others. Through my experience, I want to guide people towards happiness, success, and abundant living. My journey has been filled with challenges, but through faith, positivity, and self-development, I've created a life of purpose and fulfillment. If my story resonates with you, please subscribe to my channel and join me as I share these tools, principles, and formulas to help you achieve your own goals. I appreciate you being here today. Thank you for listening to my story. And remember, strengthen your mind, manifest your dreams, and live in abundance. Stay tuned, stay blessed, much love, peace.